Hello, Infused Transitions. Welcome to our channel. So glad that you are here. If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so glad that you have found us, joined us. We hope that you enjoy the reading. It resonates with you and the channel resonates with you so that you will subscribe. That helps me, it helps the channel, and it helps to get the messages out to others who could also benefit from the messages. And for those of you who are returning, thank you guys so much for your continued support. I really, really, truly and greatly appreciate it. I do have to apologize right now. I am still, the cough always hangs on. So the more I talk, the more the coughing will start. I would try very hard to keep it to a minimum. I may have to use some cough drops or get a drink from time to time. But without further ado, let's go. Always only take what resonates, leave the rest, okay? These are the decks that we're going to be using for today. I don't know if we're going to use all of them, some of them, one of them. And of course, I, as always, have tarot over here for if I feel prompted to go further. All right, so I'm going to pause real quick, get all of these out, and then we'll jump right in. Okay, guys, here we go. I am leaving messages open, which I typically do unless I feel guided and prompted to ask something specific. But to the best of my knowledge, we are keeping this open. So where are we going first? All right. All decks have been pre-shuffled, but I do like to shuffle on camera just so that you can see they have been shuffled. One more. Thank you. All right. Let's see what utmost high. I say utmost high, but God, source, spirit, universe, great spirit, ancestors, whatever that is for you. Let's see what are the messages coming through for today. Nice. So again, I apologize right off the bat if I pronounce any of these incorrectly. Hopefully it's more of the message that resonates with you or that you pay attention to versus my mispronunciations. All right, so we have solace, we have bodies of water. On the bottom of the deck, so it's spend time near water such as a lake, a river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. Okay. I will say that, if those options are not something you have available to you, utilizing an Epsom salts bath with 1 cup of baking soda is a really wonderful way to just draw out stuff, as well as the baking soda helps to just kind of refresh and brighten our aura and our auric field. So it's just a nice little thing to do for yourself, a little spa day, if you will. And it still gives you the benefits of the salt water. I would say, though, if you're going to do the salts in a bath, to not stay in for more than 15 minutes because the first part opens our pores and helps us to draw these things out. When we stay in longer, then our body begins to absorb back up. And obviously, we don't want to absorb back up what we've just drawn out, right? All right, and we have Dana, High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. This is really interesting to me because just a couple of readings I did this morning for people privately. I feel like this seems to be like a theme that has been coming up recently. Just for me as a reader in people that I've been reading for, of, there's this, we all have something that we can share. We all have something we can teach others. And there are things out there for us to receive as well as for us to give. And it can be challenging sometimes to look at ourselves as a teacher of something. A lot of times we'll say, like, what do I know? Or what do I have that I could use, that I could teach other people, that I could use to share? But But you'd be amazed and you'd be surprised at the wisdom and knowledge that we have, but we don't look at it as wisdom or knowledge because it's just stuff we just do, or that just comes so naturally to us. We don't look at it that way. I hope that makes sense. Also, she's got this blue stone. I was looking for my magnifying glass here. Let's see. So I don't think that's what it is. I'll show you in just a moment, but is that it is. Okay. So at first I thought this was an image of the world, and it could be, but it also could be off planet. And there is castle turrets at the top here, and there's 3 of them, and each one has a light. This blue that, I don't know if it's a crystal, if it is a planet, if it's this planet, or like I said, off planet, that may be different for each of you, depending on how it resonates with you. But then there's also this like, necklace that is made of stars on each side of this blue. And then she has the moon in her third eye. So third eye and the moon to me is talking about, wisdom that is known, being able to see beyond the veil, wisdom that is typically, hidden from plain view, right? From these eyes, but you can see with these eyes. That is, not for everyone, but for some of us, it's going to be about the vision. For others, it's going to be about the voice, and for others, it's going to be about both. And these, like I said, look like castle turrets at this point here. And I feel like, and the stars are everywhere. So I do feel this is very, very, very high priestess, which is what she is, of course. But, and there's so much blue. And for me, that's about a lot about, water. And it's also about emotions. The first thing I thought of when I saw this blue stone on her throat, to be honest, the first thing that came forward was Lapis Lazuli. Now, you would have to look that crystal up. I don't remember off the top of my head what that is for. But for some of you, that may be a crystal that would be beneficial for you to utilize at this time. And you may say, well, but I don't know how to work with crystals, or, but I've never done that before, or whatever. But, again, it's okay. It's not saying that you have to be a genius with this stuff. It's not saying that has to be your genius, meaning your thing. It doesn't have to be that you have to know all the answers. Sometimes it's literally, it's enough to just go buy it and have it around you, or wear it, whatever that you feel led to do with that. For some, it's just looking it up and reading the information and taking that in. If it resonates with you, you can, oh, okay, now I'm aware, and that can be enough. Or it may be that resonates with me, and you know what? Let me just call that in. Let me call that in and have that come forward to help me to embody that, to integrate that, whatever that is for you from the information you find, again, from doing your own research and finding out that information. Okay? So we have that. Then we have Sarah Vita, I don't know, the arts, and it's express yourself through creative activities. Now, to me, this makes so much sense. Again, spiritual teachings, things you may not even think about. Maybe you are someone who plays music. Maybe you write poetry. Maybe you have a way with animals. We do have the swan here, so you may want to look up swan energy and see if that resonates with you. You may be somebody who's very talented in gardening. She has her foot or her toes literally sitting in the center of a lotus flower there. And again, you can look up the lotus flower itself and just use a couple of different sources and see what speaks to you personally. But this is about a growth opportunity. This is about a spiritual ascension opportunity. And that it comes through this speaking your truth, doing your thing, whatever that is. whether it's music, whether it's, whatever that is for you. And I would say it doesn't have to be restricted to what is, classically considered the arts, right? It could be something that maybe somebody else wouldn't even look at it as an art, but it's an art form for you. So yeah, so let's see what else do we have. Beautiful reading so far, guys. Loving it, loving it. Sometimes it takes us a while to figure out what it is that is our thing. And that's totally okay. I don't know if you can hear that or not. My dog is sleeping right over here by me, and every now and then she lets out a snore. I thought I saw something turn over in here. Oh, I did. See, right there. Is there anything else? No. All right. Ha! How appropriate. Live out loud. Live out loud. And we were just talking about that, right? So speaking your truth. So, and living out loud, I feel like it's, maybe some of us have been hiding. Maybe we've been hiding our talent, or hiding our gift, whether that's hiding it from ourselves, hiding it from others. And it's interesting because it's like there's already 3 people here dancing around her. And again, like I said, there's times that we can have gifts and talents that we don't even realize that there'd be people who would appreciate that or would like to know that. Lady, none of your business, young lady. No, ma'am. I know. That's my girl. Sorry. Good girl. I know. Thank you. Good girl. And for those of you who are returning, she doesn't really care for the neighbors very well. So she does take her job very serious to let me know. Anyway, living out loud. Take what it is that, you, and here's the thing. They're saying there's things that aren't labeled or classified as spiritual, but if it's your thing and it makes your soul sing and it makes your vibration rise, that's your spiritual thing. That's your sweet spot. That's your geniusness. And that is you expressing yourself and living out loud. I love this. I love this. All right. They're saying, no, not that one. What are we doing then? Where are we going? Okay. So they're saying, let's look and let's go a little deeper here. What one are we doing? This one. All right. Let's see what we get here. One more. Oops. Oh, that's funny. They said one more, and then look at what fell out. Refocus on you. Refocus on you. So maybe our attention is on other people or other things. And we got call in optimism. So I would say some of us may be feeling like, yeah, right. This message here, it's like, oh, yeah, right. Whatever. That's not me. This isn't my message. And again, if it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. It doesn't resonate with you. Because this is what came out, refocusing on you and calling in optimism, I would say, and on all of these cards, if you had something that gave you that kind of, it's there's a difference between when something doesn't resonate and there's that, yeah, right, due to past disappointments or not believing in yourself or carrying non-serving beliefs that just really aren't aligned for you anymore. And as always, guys, like I say, put on your detective hat. You have the ability to do this. So if you need to, rewind and go back to the beginning and just see what is your response? What is your auto response to each of these cards? And if there's anything in there that's like, maybe not optimal, but let's just say maybe it's a little pessimistic. Maybe it's, yeah, just don't believe it kind of thing. Then write that down. you can do this. Get yourself grounded and connected, and you just go through whatever comes to you to clear these things out that are just no longer serving for you. Can we get one more, please? Can we get at least just one more? Those flipped around, but they did not come out. Obviously, for some, there's the focus is on many other people or other things other than the self. And it is not selfish to focus on ourselves, as it can be a challenge for a lot of us because we have this belief that if we focus on ourselves, then we're being selfish. And that's not true. Again, it comes down to that quality, right? Because everything has a ripple effect. You guys have heard me say this many a time. If our own inner quality isn't optimal and aligned with ourselves, then the ripple effect of what we're putting out there is also misaligned and imbalanced and all of that other stuff. So it actually is high vibrational for us to focus on ourselves and get our own alignment, our own balance, our own harmony within in the best possible state we can be in any given moment. And that way our ripple effect is a high vibrational positive effect. Okay. We do have, so again, beliefs, right? Ceilings create limits, illuminate and bust through your ceilings, which again is telling me, you know, I had said, let's put on our detective hat. You know, when you get those, yeah, right. Like that's going to ever happen for me. Well, I never, well, it always, those are beliefs, right? Those are beliefs. So whatever goes into those things or their likes or whatever, write them down, and then do your work to clear that stuff out because it's just not serving you. It's just not serving you. Okay. It's a big deck. I gotta say, it's just a big deck. There we go. And that's too many to take if it was. All right. We're going to do one more because this is a big deck. All right. We can cut the deck, they're saying. So, okay, we've cut the deck. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? This refocus on you coming out under the High Priestess too, I feel like it's saying in this refocusing on yourself, should you choose to do that, you may discover aspects of yourself that you weren't even aware you possessed, that are a part of you, that are beautiful and amazing. All right. Can we get something here for just bringing it forward? Thank you. Aw, that's nice. You're being watched over. So guidance, protection, support. And if you know, and again, if you have those reactions, write them down. And you can, you know, invite your team to help you to become aware when they are sending you a message, whether that's, you know, you just find something along the way that we may disregard. Like, you know, the common things are like feathers and coins, but there are other things that come that may be personalized for you, that mean something to you. Like for me, pine cones. Pine cones are such an amazing thing to me. And they're often used to represent the pineal gland, the pineal gland, however you say that, because different people have a different way of saying it. Excuse me. And there's times, I mean, you know, you can have pine cones everywhere, right? But then there's like this one that just stands out to me and it draws my attention. And then I know that that one is for me. And that is my team letting me know they're there, they're watching over me, or they may have a message. Like when I pick it up, maybe I sense something, I see something, I sense something, I know something, a thought will come to my mind, and I just pay attention to that. But it's just letting you know you're watched over. All right, let's move on. Oh, thank you. Acknowledge with non-judgment what's not working. Let it go and keep moving forward, which again, that's why we put on our detective hat, right? That's why we want to find those things that, those non-serving beliefs we're still holding on to. The emotional baggage, the energetic baggage that's just not serving us. And it's time to neutralize those things, right? Neutralize, dissolve, release, and clear that stuff out. And then just making sure you're calling into, ensure that that new freed up space is just beautiful. It's healthy. It's high vibrational. And you're calling in whatever you're wanting to call in, whether you're calling in the opposite of what you just released and calling in the opposite that comes in a state of balance, alignment, harmony, whatever that looks like for you. Or you want to call in something completely different, right? It's just, whatever it is that resonates for you. All right, let's get this last section here, please. Thank you. Don't give up. Seek encouragement, fresh ideas, and support. So if this is something you're struggling with, they're saying it's okay, but don't give up. It's not easy for everybody to be able to go do that. It's not easy for a lot of people to be able to just, all right, well, I'm just going to go do this and I'm just going to let this go and, blah, blah, blah. So, acknowledge that about yourself, and that's okay. It's not judging yourself for these things, right? Oh, yeah, see, acknowledge with non-judgment, what's not working, right? But don't give up. If you, seek encouragement, fresh ideas, support. So whether this is through friends or you go find someone who you pay for their services or you have a group thing you go to, whatever this is for you, but it's just saying, don't give up. You can do this. You can do this. But sometimes we just need a sounding board. Sometimes we just need somebody to give us some feedback or someone who can say, let us sit there and share, and then they can ask their questions, and sometimes through their asking questions, it helps us to lead us, to our own conclusions. And or other times it can, their questions can spark that aha moment of, oh my gosh, that's it. I can do this if I just shift this, or maybe I just need to let go of that, or maybe I need to bring in, whatever it is for you. All right. What else do you have for us? I always trust the direction of the universe and know I am being guided. See, you are watched over, and know I'm being guided, and it is the dragonfly. We also have, I'm unapologetic. Live out loud. Express yourself, right? I am unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. So for some of you, maybe there's a need to shift your focus, which we see, refocus on you, right? So where is your focus? I think is a good question to ask. If you are feeling apologetic about what it is you want to create, what it is you desire, what it is, even if that desire is, I just want to know myself better, right? If you feel like you have to apologize for that, you feel guilty for that, you feel shame, you feel uncertainty, you feel nervous, you feel like, ooh, yeah, I don't want to open that Pandora's box, right? Whatever that is for you, it's okay. Don't judge it, but allow yourself to work through it. Again, whether that is simply, doing this stuff yourself with your detective hat and writing your stuff down, or if it's getting, that encouragement, that support, whether that's creating a new team for yourself, a spiritual team, an energetic team, a physical team, combinations thereof, a creative, whatever that is for you. And remember, whatever you're focusing on, it's going to grow. So do you want to grow things that are non-serving, or do you want to grow things that are serving, aligned, balanced, and harmonious for yourself? Things that will support you in your ascension journey. I mean, it really comes down to that, you know? So it's kind of where do you want to go with that concept? And then next we have my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, right? The throat chakra. The compassion I need when it's time to forgive, non-judging towards ourselves. When it's time to forgive yourself. Don't judge yourself, right? It's just, it's okay. Okay, I messed up, or okay, it's okay. And the power I need when I am lost. Live out loud. And even in this live out loud, like I said, she's got 3 people dancing around with her. So whether this is people who are looking for you, with you sharing whatever is your outlet of creative activity, your outlet of creativity, your outlet of what makes your soul sing, is your way of spiritual teaching for other people as well as for yourself. There are people waiting for that, whatever that looks like. And it's not about judging yourself about what that looks like. I hope that makes sense. Do we have anything else? Are you wanting me to pull anything else? They are showing me. Well, isn't that quite the pickle? They're showing me a deck I have. Oh, I do have it out. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. Just a moment. I have to get up for this. So, sorry if I've jarred the table. All right. And this one. Okay. All right, so they've showed me both of these decks, The Secret Language of Color, and I found it, the Hidden Picture card game. I always love it when they bring this one out for me because it's just fun. It's just fun. Okay. Okay, let's see, what do we got here? Let's see what's happening. One more. All right. Ooh, I got to do this way. They're too wide to do the other way. All right, so let's see. What other messages do you have for us for today? What other messages do you have for us for today? Thank you. Bottom of the deck, we have orange, and it is nurture yourself. Nurture yourself. So again, we see this is a focus on the self. I also see that they showed me, yeah. Okay, thank you. So they showed me these other 3 in addition to the one that came out with orange. So we have sapphire, regenerate your body. So this tells me that there are some who could utilize, there we go. There are some who could use the support of nurturing the body more, paying more attention to whatever that is for you. Is it that you need more quality sleep? Is it that you just need to have some downtime where you just relax and you enjoy whatever it is that makes your soul sing? Is it that you may do well to look at, like, what are you ingesting? Meaning, you know, the food, the drink, is it good quality? Is it high vibrational? You know, maybe it's movement. Maybe it's a combination of these things. Maybe it's all these things. I don't know. But we are hearing, you know, nurturing yourself and regenerating your body, having a good, strong body. And that doesn't mean just, you know, weightlifting, but whatever that looks like for you is important in this investing in yourself, because this is going to give you the energy to move through this, which is always very important, right? We also have, is it Kayan? Build your confidence. And I feel like this is going to like almost naturally happen as we continue to nurture ourselves and invest in our body and in ourselves, living out loud, expressing ourselves. You know, some of you, I feel like would do well. I don't like to say the word need. Some of you would do well in a way to support yourself, to have some work done on your throat chakra. Now, whether this is you do it yourself or you go to someone else, again, get yourself grounded and connected. Just check in and ask. You can tune into your throat chakra and say, hey, you got anything you want to tell me? You can tune into your spirit team and ask the same question. You know, you do you, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. But I do feel like there's a correlation between your confidence and speaking out loud, speaking up for yourself, speaking your truth, which is going to help you to live out loud. And then we have Burgundy, awaken your passion, which is about your creativity. Awaken your passion. So there may be things that possibly you are not allowing yourself, or you're not acknowledging that that you are passionate about, but maybe you're not even aware that those things are things you're passionate about. But I do feel like that there is something there that could really, if you awaken your creativity, you start speaking your truth, living out loud. I feel like, you know, this awakening your passion and your confidence almost will go hand in hand and come forward. All right, next we have Black. Find richness from the dark night. And you can see that the light is shining, especially right here in the center, is shining through that. Now, and where did we see it? I thought I saw the word regenerate. Excuse me. Okay, I'm not seeing it, but I'm seeing it, but I'm not seeing it here. I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. But I feel like this is just saying, you know, again, it's how do I say it? I'm going to write this down, so give me just a moment. Thank you. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, it's like all of this color and living in color, living out loud, living in color in your spiritual teaching, in your own creative self, in your passion and confidence. It's like all of this stuff, right? All of this color. And it feels like for some of you, you're like in this energy and you're like, this stuff out here is just so far out beyond me, so far beyond me, because I'm in this energy. And here's what they're saying though, right? When we are in, there is a richness in the dark of the night, or I forget the other, dark night of the soul. But the bottom line is, it can be very, very healing when we're in this time, because we are reinvesting in ourselves. We're refocusing in ourselves. I should say, we have the opportunity to do that. Whether we choose to do that or not is completely up to us. Free will, free choice. Are we going to do that? Or are we going to sit there in the woe is me, sorrow, self-pity, and all of that, which is a very different energy than I want to cry because I feel sad. Well, then cry because you feel sad. That's aligned. That's healthy. That's helping you to release, versus getting stuck into the low vibing energies of the sorrow, the self-pity, and I'm only going to focus on what's negative. Now, don't get me wrong. It takes time for us to shift, right? Because when something is new, it takes us a while to shift and start moving and putting one foot in front of the other. Without going into detail, I've had some pretty traumatic, pretty hellacious things happen in my life. And it took me a long time to get to a place and a space where I could honestly, legitimately say, you know what? I can see now how, as horrible as these things were, as traumatic as they were, as ugly as they were, I don't know if I would have had my awakening without them. I don't know if I would have learned the things that I've learned without them. And it's not that you're condoning those things. It's not that you're saying you're glad that those things happened, but you're saying, I can see the good for myself that came out of that. It's regenerating the self. It can be quite a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay. So wherever you are in that journey, which if you are in this, maybe why, it's like, don't give up, right? Seek out those people who are high vibrational that can encourage you, people that can give you fresh ideas, people who can be your sounding board. Again, whether those are professionals that you hire or you just are very blessed with an amazing family, whether that's blood family, friends, people that you've called in, soul family, or combinations thereof, whatever that is for you. I mean, it's, again, my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. And don't ask me why, but I just saw nuts, like the nuts that are still in the hard shells that you see squirrels go out and they bust open. I want to say it's the walnuts. So you may want to look up walnut energy and see if that resonates with you at all. It's almost too like there's this, we put on these protective hard shells that can be very challenging to break. Because we do that in self-preservation. For people who have had a lot of trauma, that's typically what we do because it's self-preservation. We're trying to protect ourselves. And I feel like that for someone that's significant. So you may want to look up walnut energy. And I would also say you may want to look up squirrel energy. All right. What else do we have? What else do we have? Thank you. Let's get one more too, please. Can we get one more? I keep seeing that ore, and I keep, anchor, 8. I keep seeing the ore when I was shuffling. It kept sticking out to me. And I feel like, to me, the message that came right away was, oh, see, yeah, that's interesting. Thank you. And the clock. And there's a clock on there. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. The ore to me is talking about having that time you have the ability, right? You can sit in a boat and you just end up being taken wherever the currents take you, right? This is when we take that passive seat in our own lives. And it's like, well, I can't do anything. Well, it's all beyond my control. Well, this, that, and the other. Well, there are times when we're not meant to control certain aspects and parts, right? Because it comes down to like a divine timing thing, or, we've done what is our part to do, but, that there's another role that gets played and we can only do what is up for us to do. And that's all you can do, right? And the ore to me is like, but here's the ore. You have the ore, meaning you have the wisdom, you have the knowledge, you've been given steps to take, you've been given the messages here. You can see the light of what that would look like for you should you choose to do these, and you choose to do these things, choose to do this stuff to help you support yourself, move on and move forward. And that's what's on the ores, right? The ores are building your confidence, nurturing yourself and regenerating your body. And I mean, look at that. It's almost like here's the body when it's just down to the nervous system and the bones, and it's, you can get back to this, right? You can get back to this by regenerating your body. Because there's people waiting for you that not in the sense of it's your responsibility to take care of these people. It's people are waiting for you because no matter who you are, no one else in the world is just like you. We can have 5 people and they can all be exposed to the exact same things at the exact same time, but it's going to affect each of them in their own unique way. Yes, there are things that are going to be similar, but it's not exact. And no one else can deliver what you can deliver exactly like you, but you. I hope that makes sense. All right, so let's get back to this. We have clouds, which makes sense, right? Because when we're in this energy, we're in that. All I can hear is Winnie the Pooh and that song he used to sing, I'm just a little black rain cloud. He was in this disguise, right? He was trying to disguise himself as a little black rain cloud so he could get close to the bees, so he could get the honey. And the point of that is we can walk around with these masks. We can walk around with cloaks. And for those of you who have worked with me, you understand what I'm talking about with the cloaks, right? And if anyone else, you can go to the website, infusedtransitions.com, and find out about that. But the bottom line is sometimes we don't even realize that we're in this shell, we're in this cloak, we're in this covering, we're in these masks, and underneath is this cuddly, fun, joyful, silly, innocent, wise little bear that is ready to step forward and live out loud and express yourself. But we can be in the energy of clouds until we choose to start making a difference and doing the things that can best support us. And I'm really keep looking at this calling in optimism, which can, again, be challenging. So if you need to get support and assistance for that, or you feel you need that, or you want that, you desire that, then go find that. And when I look at and I flip this over and I look at the other side, it's interesting because it's like there's all these people over here in this party. And then there's this person over here standing all by themselves watching, right? And yet we've got what looks like this monster and a person and a person and another person. But they're all, it's almost like they come before you and clear your path. Does that make sense? It's like they're coming before you to clear your path. So when you choose to leave this little tiny space and come out and explore the rest, they're going before you to clear the path, to help and support you. I hope that makes sense. All right, and then next we had anchors, okay? And I find that fascinating because this side talks about movement, it talks about travel, okay? We have a boat, we have a waterfall, we have a car, we have a camper trailer on the back. We have a frog transformation. If you're into spirit animals, I would be looking up the rabbit. It's a white rabbit if you want to be specific, but you have rabbits, you have a moose, you have bear, and you have frog energy. I feel like it's talking about travel. Now, this could be literal geographical travel or anchors. So we can have our home base, whether this is a physical home or this is, again, talking about our physical body, right? It's being that solidified place in space, that anchor, that home sweet home is within the heart and where you go within, right? And then we have all these different layers. We have these different heights and these different layers. I feel like can very quickly and easily represent ascension and challenge and continuing to move forward, because they're continuing to move forward, right? Sometimes we have waterfall energy where we just have this onslaught of all this emotion, but then it gets balanced out. It gets balanced out, right? Things come and go, the ebb and the flow. Things are here and then they move here and then they move up here and then it goes up here and then it continues forward. It is about a journey. And each segment and part and portion of that journey is different and has different things to teach us, different things to look at it. And there's making sure you stay, grounded, making sure you stay grounded while you go through your journey. So your grounding practice, whatever that looks like for you, is very, very beneficial for you. Okay. Next we have number 8. So you may want to look up the energies of number 8. You may want to look up the numerology of number 8. 8 is the infinity symbol. Again, we have, this is actually quite beautiful. So we have a swordfish. You may want to look up the energy of swordfish and turtle. I don't know what kind of bird that is, but it made me think of a toucan. So you may want to look up the energies of a toucan, the rhinoceros, and the mouse. We do have, again, the anchor and the oar. Do you see that? The anchor and the oar. Along with the boat now has 2 oars, which to me is talking about that encouragement and that support, right? We have these resources available to us if we so choose to want to utilize them, okay? We do have the rainbow. Now, we may want to look up kangaroo energy, even though that's a child in a kangaroo suit. You may want to look up kangaroo energy as well and see if anything about that resonates with you. Rainbow energy. You may want to look up rainbow energy. Rainbows, though, typically talk a lot about, joy and happiness. It talks about bridging from one space to another space or from A to B. I just heard, and I put my finger right down here by this little island, and I just heard the words, no one is an island unto themselves, right? And take that however that resonates. That's just the message I got. No one is an island unto themselves. Next thing we had come out was the clock, okay? And interestingly enough, we had the clock and we have a clock. There is something about divine timing about all of this, but also I'm hearing segments and portions, meaning, sometimes it's like there's a time to work on this, and then once you master that, then it's time to move on to that next thing, and you master that, and it's time to move on to that next thing. So however that works out for you. We also see things are in season, which I find this so fascinating. So the one that came out first was this one, and then this one. So again, in winter, right, in the winter months, in seasons, things seem like they're dead. Things go dormant. What do they do when they're in dormant? What do plants do when they're in dormant? They rest. Same with bears. They go into hibernation. But it's because they're doing their natural thing that they do so that when the springtime comes around again, they're ready to do this rebirthing process, regenerating in the darkness of night or the dark night of the soul. There's always a light there. There's always, we're always going to continue to move forward in whatever way, shape, or form that is. So, and interestingly enough, reindeer may be something you want to look up as far as energies as well, as along with wolf energy. But we do see Olaf here, right? It's like even in times where we are in this regeneration or dark night of the soul, we can feel very challenged, but there are still things that can be fun if we decide to allow ourselves to have fun in this downtime. Investing in ourselves can be fun if we allow that. But we do see things in a season. So there's something in this season that is going to allow you to continue to heal and to grow. We do have support here and here. We have the storekeeper here, right, who sold supplies to help with the journey. And then we have, I think his name is Sven in here. And he goes on the journey with, right? And he has his reindeer. And maybe Sven was the reindeer. I don't remember the names of the characters. But the bottom line is you get it. There's animal spirits and then a person or animal and person, however that translates for you. There are, and again, the water is still running here. So emotions are still going. There are bridges. So there, again, a bridge, the rainbow. We have a bridge, right? We have a bridge. There's ways to get from one place to another. And so I feel like for some of you, in this dark period or in this winter months where things seem dormant, it's just a time for you to be able to have that freedom and that space to reinvest in you, to focus on you, to refocus on you, to nurture yourself and really regenerate yourself. Because come the summertime, there's going to be reasons to celebrate. There's going to be the fireworks, the celebration, the joy, the happiness, the color. Things will come back to life. That is what I'm getting. Okay, guys, so this is the messages that I have for you for today. I hope you found those helpful. The steps are here. Put on that detective hat, get your paper and pen, and go to work for yourself. And I hope that you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. All of these things would be amazing, and I would truly appreciate it. And it does help me, helps the channel, and it helps get these messages out to others who would also benefit from them. So until next time, guys, thanks for being here. Bye.